Welcome back to another episode of the NCAA Track and Field Show. I'm your host, Gordon Mack, and today we have finally figured out who the 48 East and 48 West athletes are for every event heading into the NCAA Championships, prelims, or in a week or about a week away. Looking forward to see who's going to be narrowed down to 12 from the East, 12 from the West. And with all that said, we kind of had some interesting revelations come out of the regular season. We've kind of come to learn athletes who redshirted, athletes who got hurt, athletes who are not doing the events we thought they would do, athletes who are doing more events than we thought they would do. And so what I want to do is I want to kind of highlight notable athletes who probably could have won, if not get top three in a specific event, who aren't going to be in that event. And I find that pretty interesting. But before we go through that, let's check out the rankings. But before we go into the rankings, let's remind you, check out our website. We have so many great shows going on our website and on our YouTube channel. We got the FloTrack podcast. We got race breakdowns where Kevin breaks down races. Got kicks of the weeks. We got This Week in Track, a show with Kevin. We got the FloTrack ranking shows, Kevin's show, Tasty Race of the Week. And let's not forget the NCAA Track and Field show. NCAA Cross Country show, we got to wait till August for that one. But first, let's check out. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're on the FloTrack YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on the FloTrack podcast channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button there for FloTrack podcast. 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's check out the rankings. Go over to the website, rankings, NCAA rankings, their latest updated as of May 19th. We have the Georgia Bulldogs, the favorites to win on the men's side by just 2 points over the Texas Longhorns. Texas and Georgia, they're going to be battling neck and neck with the Floridas, Alabamas, and even Baylor in the mix for a podium spot. On the women's side, Texas with a stranglehold, and I'll tell you why they have a stranglehold, but 78 points to Florida's 60. I'll say why Florida dropped in the rankings. I'll mention that later on in the pod. But yeah, it's still a two-team race. Texas Tech now coming up in the mix, but really Texas, they can pull away with this. They have 18-point cushion. It's going to be hard to see Texas lose this. There's a chance Texas men and women both come home with the title. Indoors, Texas won the men, got second on the women's side. So could they go 1-1? That'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But let's check out what we want to talk about. Sorry, I'm all over the place. What I wanted to talk about with you guys today is notable athletes who we aren't seeing on the track. So let's check this out. We got this little graphic I made, the missing. And we're going to do every main event and talk about notable athletes who are missing. In the 100 meters, there's no Devontae Burnett, 60-meter champion. He scratched the entire meet. Maybe he'll run the 4x1. We don't know. Hurts USC's 4x1 chances, but hurts Burnett's chance to really ascend from his surprise 60-meter win. Also, Samira Kilbrew, she was an All-American in the 60. She's nowhere to be found in the 100. I believe she was probably dealing with some injuries. So two notable athletes, one an All-American, one a potential winner in Burnett, going to be missing from that 100. Moving up, the hurdles, the 60-meter hurdle runner-up, Leonard Mustari, he's a freshman. He's nowhere to be found. He probably was dealing with some injuries. And then the biggest one of them all, Grace Stark of Florida. She got injured at SECs. She was a 60-meter hurdle champion. She probably would have been one of the favorites to win. She was going to score a big amount of points for Florida. She was going to be on that 4x1, run maybe the 100, obviously the 100 hurdles. So Coach Holloway's going to have to find new points somewhere else outside of Grace Stark. But hopefully Stark gets healthy. I think she still has a few years of eligibility. So she's going to lick her wounds and come back even stronger in 2023. But that makes the women's 100 meters wide open. 200, Michael Williams, Oregon. He ran 20.05 literally at Pac-12s and then scratched the event. Now I get it. He's going to be all in on the 100, similar with Julian Alfred, who's going to be all in on the 100. Sorry, this will be opted for the 100. I guess it makes sense. Williams clearly is not as good of a 200 runner as he is a 100 runner, and he probably is thinking, like, let's just get the win. Let's just get what I'm going to be focusing on at the USA trials. I'm going to be focusing on NCAAs. He doesn't want to be running 1-2 4x1, 1-2 4x1. It's a lot. That's a lot to put on your plate. And then Julian Alfred, she's coming off an incredible 100-meter win at Big 12s. She's also not that strong in the 200. She's going all in on the 100. So Alfred and Williams taking away the opportunity for a double, going all in on the single. You know, when you're not feeling that hungry, You don't get the double burger. You just get the single, and that's what they're doing. 400. I think I spelled his name wrong. If I did, I apologize. Yes, I did. Oh, wait. Autocorrect. McKeever. Sorry about that. Jonah McKeever of Iowa. He ran 44.7 this year, and then we haven't seen him for like the past month and a half. 44.7 is like the times that Randolph Ross is running, and some of the top guys in the country, if not the world, running 44 seconds. Iowa, he's not going to be there. It's going to affect their 4x4. It's going to affect their chance to score points there. Britton Wilson of Arkansas. Sorry, I had some typos here. I mentioned it on the FloTrack podcast. Britton Wilson did the greatest thing of all time at SECs. She ran 50.05 in the 400. Then she runs 53 seconds in the 400 hurdles. And then she splits 48 seconds in a 4x4, all within a span of like 2.5 hours. No one, and I mean no one in the history of track and field has ever done a triple like that fast in this range in the 400-meter range. Sydney's never done it. Delila's never done it. A thing Mo's never done anything crazy like that. The greats in the past. It needs to be talked about more. Britton Wilson needs to be talked about more. She scratched the 400, so she's going all in on the 400 hurdles. No double for her. And then Ada Kelly, Texas, she ran 50.7 this year. She's going all in on the 200. Texas women are they have so much depth. They don't need a double and triple, so they're all just kind of being individualized. All right, Alfred, all in on the 1. Adelke, all in on the 2, and then they kind of spread it all out instead of kind of sabotaging each other's points. 8 400-meter hurdles. Cameron Samuel announced about 6 days ago. We were wondering, where was he? He's a great 400-meter hurdler from USC. I think he finished top 3 last year. He's run 48 seconds. Did not compete, but he's officially transferring to LSU. So he will see him on LSU with Sean Burrell in 2023. And this is the big one. This isn't a scratch. This is an addition. Anna Hall, the heptathlete, the USA champion heptathlete, the heptathlete who is going to be competing in the heptathlon at NCAAs, is doing the 400-meter hurdles as well. She's attempting the 400-meter hurdle heptathlon double. That is insane. Anna Hall, my goodness. Wow. Like, maybe this is a response to Grace Stark, getting hurt. Anna Hall's like, don't worry, coach. I know I'm doing 7 events in the heptathlon, but I'll throw in a 400 hurdle, get back those 10 points. And it's going to be hard because Hall's going up against Britton Wilson, and Britton Wilson is legit. 800 meters, a lot of scratches. Jonathan Jones finished top 3 at indoors, opting for the 400 over the 800. John Rivera, is this a scratch? I don't know why. He ran 146 this year. Sam Whitmarsh, he ran 146, a freshman, got second SECs. He's a scratch. Lindsey Butler, 800-meter indoor champion, didn't run. And Shaifquia Maloney of Arkansas, she ran 201 indoors, also nowhere to be found. So 5 notable good, fast 800-meter runners, all not going to be at prelims in the 800. Some for injuries, some for just choosing a different event, but it's always a bummer. 800 is still a wide open race on both the men's and women's side. 1500, notably missing, obviously Yair Nagus, the Olympian, Notre Dame. He ran a qualifying time at Sound Running, but it doesn't count, so he didn't get to go. It's all a mess. But he also been dealing with some injuries, didn't run at ACCs, so his season at the NCAA level is over, but we should see him back hopefully in time for USA's. And then Morgan Beadlescombe, 352 miler. He's clearly going to be focusing on the 5K. Tui and Gregory, they're the top 2 1,500-meter runners, I believe. Maybe two of the top 3, I'm not sure. 406, 409 respectively. They're opting for the longer distances. Tui in the 5K, Gregory in the 5K and 10K. So 4 really good athletes that we're not going to see in the 1,500. I would have loved to see Abdihamid Nur in this race. Just saying, because I think he's going to. Yeah, anyway, that's for another time. 3K steeple. Women, everyone's running it. Steeplechase, Brian Fay. He ran 8:32 this year. I believe he won Pac-12s. He's opting for the 5K, so nothing too crazy in the 3K steeplechase. 5K. No Abdihamid Nur. He's the NCAA record holder. He ran 13:06 like 2 weeks ago. He would have been the overwhelming favorite. He would easily score 10 points. He's the overwhelming favorite in the 10K because he's running the 10K. He's not scratching the meat. He's running the 10K. This is very surprising. And you could look to many reasons why this would happen. One reason could be the first reason I thought, actually, when I saw this was like, wait, did Abdi Hamanur go pro? Because he scratched the 5K. And I was like, no, because he's in the 10K. So I was like, okay, he didn't go pro. He's in the 10K. But I was like, wait, the 10K is on a Wednesday. The Prefontaine 10K for USAs is on a Friday. Is he going to run the 10K at prelims, then get on a plane to Eugene and try to qualify for USAs in the 10K on Friday? I texted coach, that's not happening. So I was like, okay, it's not that, because that would have been awesome. And I was like, all right, and then I was like, okay, maybe it's he needs to be focused for USA. So he's like, all right, do I want to do 10K, 5K, 10K, 5K, and then 5K at USAs? Or do I just want to do 10K, 10K, and then 5K at USAs? And I think that's what it is. It's like, hey, do I need to run 15,000 meters twice in a 2-week period? And when I don't need to do that, and he already won an NCAA title, he's really focusing on trying to make a team at his peak fitness this year. So I can understand that. But I really think the low-key real reason, which no one's going to say, but I'll say right now, maybe he's like, hey, this will give Nico Young an opportunity to win a title because Abdi Hamanur won't be there. And now Coach Smith can have two different champions as opposed to Abdi Hamanur winning the 5 and the 10. He can have Abdi win the 10, and Nico win the 5. Courtney Wayment, Kelly McCabe, they're doing 3K steeple. Not that big of a deal. 10K, no Kai Robinson. Stanford, he ran 27:47 this year. Nico Young is not doing a 10K. He's focusing on the 5K. And Abby Nichols, she had the top time this year. She's a scratch. She ran 32:27, is opting for the 5K. So those are the notable scratches. We'll leave you with this. We'll go to the rankings. Let's do the sprint rankings. Men's 100-meter dash. Heading into prelims, this is my order. We're going with Favor Ash, Micah Williams, Matthew Bowling, Micaiah Harris. Top 4. Tell me where I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. Favor Ash is freaking legit Tennessee, man. See what he did? He's run like 9.7 when nated. Incredible. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Break down more of these fields. Get down to the rankings. Eventually, we're going to get down to 24 athletes, and then we'll be able to have our ultimate final projections, final rankings, see how people do at their prelims. It's exciting. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Again, subscribe to the FloTrack channel. Also, check our podcasts out regularly. Let's get this subscriber number up to 15,000. Let's get this number up to 440. Let's get a 440K. Anyway, thanks for listening. Talk to you later.